tuning in to another of our videos on the New World Order and occult activity in America, the world, and the beyond. I'd suggest saving this video to your computer to put up later because YouTube has repeatedly taken down our previous videos without warning or reason. This is a very important episode because it deals with a newly discovered plot that's just as sinister as our previous videos on Satanism and Illuminati control in the music industry and Hollywood. Today, we're going to expose a key piece of evidence for Project Bluebeam. Most of you know that Project Bluebeam is the plan to use HAARP, chemtrails, NASA satellites, and mind control to create a worldwide hallucination that UFOs are landing so that the whole world will cower under the one world government. There are many videos on YouTube explaining this whole plot, and I'd suggest you look them up immediately if you are unaware of this plan. What I want to talk about is this record that we recently intercepted on its way to record stores. It's a record by the band 6 Organs of Admittance, and it's clear from the artwork and the lyrics inside that this might be the most insidious, demonic, and dangerous mind control device making its way into unsuspecting hands. We did some research on the band, and what we found out only underscores the danger. Our research indicates that the leader of this band, 6 Organs of Admittance, is one Ben Chasney. Ben once spent time in a band called Current 93, an obvious Crowley reference, for about a year. In that time, he recorded and wrote music on their record called Black Ships Ate the Sky, an obvious reference to the New World Order's taking over of the sky by use of holographic images of Nephilim spacecraft. Our investigations show that while in this band, Ben took a visit to Moscow and actually disappeared with several men in black. Matt Sweeney, who was playing in the band at the time, witnessed Ben's disappearance.
We were sound checking, and there were these 3 dudes in suits watching the sound check the whole time, and Ben didn't seem to notice them, or if he did, I don't know if he noticed them, I sure did. And then afterwards, they came up to him, and he disappeared with them. And it sounded like they were Russians when I heard it. I overheard them saying something to him, and it was... They definitely weren't Americans or English speaking. Or English is their first language, I don't know. But he disappeared with them, and then he came back maybe 3 hours later, like right before the show. And he was wearing sunglasses, which was weird because he didn't have it before. And the guys were really weird. I mean, they were sort of, kind of reptile dudes, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It was one of the weirder things that happened on that tour, and a lot of weird things happened on that tour. But that might have been the weirdest, those guys picking up Ben. Yeah.
What did these Russians want with this Ben Chasney and his 6 Organs of Admittance? Well, obviously they had picked up on his overt occult nature. They knew he would be the perfect person to unleash a mind control device into this world. This record is supposed to act with HAARP-induced frequencies to control people's minds. All they need is to get many people listening to this record at the same time, and their brains will be primed for mind control. But why this underground artist? It's simple. They already had the mainstream culture in their hands with people like Beyonce and Jay-Z, as we've talked about in earlier episodes. They need someone to get to the hip college kids who go to the coffee shops and read blogs and use the Twitter. They needed someone underground. Now let's just look at some of the evidence for this. Just look at the cover. A spaceman walks on a destroyed planet alone, the same way you will be alone when the reptilian New World Order takes over Earth. Look how the dead spaceman is being watched by the eye of Jupiter. If that doesn't represent the big brother of a new age, I don't know what does. Also note that this record needs to be played at exactly 33 revolutions per minute, 33 RPM. Everyone knows that 33 is an occult number of great magnitude. Just ask the Masons and Jesus Christ. Let's look at the first song. It's called Waswasa. Do you know what that means? It's an Islamic term for the whispering sounds of Satan. This song is essentially a satanic invocation. Disgusting. And see this astrological sign? This isn't some more New Age babble. It's the birth sign for one Jack Parsons, infamous friend of Crowley. There's Crowley again, and founder of the Jet Propulsion Laboratories. Jack Parsons is the main link between NASA and its satanic dealings with mind control and aliens. We won't even get into that right now. Let's read some of these lyrics, should we? Even if you knew, you would not understand. Saw them in dreams where your skin would burst. You'd become like them. They gave hellos from a sick world. All of these have a clear elitist New World Order agenda. Again, it's like they're just slapping us in the face. And then there's the most obvious. Satanic rockets have launched men through the void. I mean, it's like they're spelling it out right there for us. The plot. Finally, let's listen a moment of this to hear just how devious the record is.
And then you join for the race of man to tell where it began.
We're working with occult mind control frequencies. Please do not ever listen to more than 15 seconds of this record, or your friends won't know who you are anymore. This record is coming out on Drag City Records on August 21st, 2012. Now, Drag City is slang for what the New Agers preach was the fourth vortex in Atlantis. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, people. This so-called record label has been a proponent of New Age occult activity for years, all with the hopes to brainwash people for the coming false flag event that will usher in the New World Order. Drag City wants you to buy this record on August 21st. I mean, how dumb do they think we are that we would buy this record on August 21st? What can we do about this blatant slap in the face? Protest, friends. Do not join the ranks of the sheeple. We have here a list of stores that will be carrying this record on August 21st. Go and protest these stores with signs. We call on all soldiers of freedom to call out this satanic plan for what it is. August 21st. Thank you, and God bless. Take two.